What is the best way to calculate mate in 4? Have you ever found yourself in a chess position where you could deliver checkmate in just 4 moves? Understanding how to calculate a mate in 4 can be a game changer. Let's break down the best approach to achieve this. Calculating a checkmate in 4 moves requires a solid grasp of basic tactics and patterns in chess. One popular method to illustrate this is the scholar's mate. This strategy targets the opponent's weak f-pawn. Here's how you can execute it effectively. First, start with the king's pawn. Move your pawn in front of your king 2 spaces forward. This opening move helps control the center of the board and allows for the quick development of your pieces. Next, develop your bishop. Move your bishop to the c4 square. This move not only develops your piece but also puts pressure on your opponent's position, especially targeting the f7 pawn if you are playing as white. Then bring out your queen. Move your queen to h5. This move directly attacks the opponent's f-pawn and sets up a potential mating threat. Finally, if the opponent has not moved their king or blocked the check, move your queen to f7. This results in checkmate. The sequence is effective because it targets a weak point in the opponent's setup early in the game. However, keep in mind that this method relies on your opponent making specific moves that allow this checkmate to happen. When solving more complex chess positions, calculating a mate in 4 involves analyzing the board for similar vulnerabilities. Here are some general steps to follow. First, identify weak points on the board. Look for pawns that lack support from other pieces, such as the f-pawn in the scholar's mate example. Next, develop your pieces quickly. Move your pieces out to attack these weak points. The queen and bishop are particularly effective in early game attacks. Then, create threats against your opponent's king. Use your pieces to force your opponent to respond, which can create opportunities for checkmate. Lastly, analyze your opponent's moves. Pay attention to how they respond to your threats and adjust your strategy accordingly. If they block one line of attack, look for another weakness to exploit. Practicing these tactics and studying common checkmate patterns can significantly improve your ability to calculate and execute a mate in 4 moves. By focusing on these strategies, you can sharpen your skills and become a more formidable chess player.